Hello there, folks. I'm Dan Brown from Sort of Interesting on YouTube and the IC Oswestry Facebook page, and you're joining me as I quickly run across the road by a blind bridge to one of the most inconveniently placed stiles ever, and then stepping down onto one of the worst sections of footpath I've ever seen. So, we are at Weston on the outskirts of Oswestry. If we just have a look back up to where that stile is, if it wasn't for the tree roots, it would be extremely difficult to get up and down that stile. It's got to be said, the tree roots are like natural steps. So, out here at Weston, you're not far from Morder and you're not far from the industrial estate at Oswestry. And you're also right next to a really busy main bypass road. So it's a really loud, not particularly rural place in some respects. Yeah, as you can see, just like what I always say about growing up in this part of the world and around Oswestry, there's such just incredible little beautiful places to discover, even in the most unlikely areas. So like I say, I mean, this is minutes away from a great big road and an industrial estate. And yet you've got the stream there that runs down from the mill at Weston, just up, used to be Weston Bakery. I'm sure many people tuning into this went there with a school to make bread and stuff back in the good old days. And then you've got the old railway line here as well, crossing over the said River Morder, coming from the mill. And again, little stone bridge, absolutely iconic, sort of classic countryside, rural, oldie worldy stuff, this. And I've always been curious as to where this path actually leads to, because, as I say, I know that there's the bypass road skirting all around here. And it's just, I thought, you know what, I'm actually going to follow that footpath and see where does the route actually lead to, and what's it like, because I knew, obviously, you had to come to the road at some point. And what I really wasn't prepared for, and wasn't really anticipating, was exactly where it was going to go to, and how it just seems to run into a completely dead end. It's just such a strange place. So, as you can see, it's an absolutely beautiful spot, this. But right there, just in the middle of the screen then, was the bypass road. And as I got to this point here, I was thinking, I'm assuming it's going to have to turn to the industrial estate, where there's a footpath, at least the pavement on the side of the road, or at least head back to the Western lane itself. But I found that it actually pointed me here, where the little footpath signs had been removed from the stile, but you could see the shadows, or like the sort of discoloured wood from where the old footpath signs used to be, which then pointed me underneath the road itself, underneath this big old concrete bridge here. And I was thinking, where on earth is this going? And then, as you can see, when I actually got round the corner to the bridge itself, I don't know if this was built up and there's a proper path under here, or, well, I just don't know. As you can see, there's that little raised silty bed there, but the idea that this was ever an actual footpath, I'm not sure what on earth it was like. So you can see there some graffiti from 15 years ago, from 2002. Wonder if any of those people are watching this now or still in the area at all. So I obviously had to take me new boots for a spin, so I cut straight across to the other side, and I don't know if this is where the path would have gone originally. This now, just in the background there, is all like a big sewage works plant, I think. And it was just one of those things where I thought, what? And it's, as I say, I literally have no explanation for which side the path would have gone on, where, I mean, I assume it would have been this path, this side, whether it would have led to Maysbury at one point, but yeah, a bit of an anticlimax, but I just thought, well, worth sharing some of this nice little bit of scenery with you. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. I know it's been a random one. Check out my other videos for loads more from the local area. Check out the links in the description for my short books about boat life. And well, just have a fantastic day. Keep it countryside, keep it interesting, and of course, my friends, farewell.